Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. We have disconnected my internet. So
Okay. Okay. You were facing with internet issue. Okay.
I have told you on this, this. Copy your DVD in this particular location. On any location, you
Yeah.
can copy this on any location. We can use this particular command also, and we can also use this particular command for temporary basis. It will copy
Yeah.
all your DVD in this particular location. So this command
Yeah.
is used to mount all your database in any location, but it's a temporary command to mount the database. So now go to this particular location and create a repository file. So by using the Vim editor, Vim is the editor. By using this particular functionality, create a repository. So what we write in the repository, we have write all these commands here. So create a repository file. So write these functionalities, these lines in this particular file. So I will copy these all lines. So we not need to write this, and copy this server dot. We can write any name. Here we can write any name. Then repo, server dot repo. Then type, copy all the database. This is your name for the repository, just for the identification. It just work as an identification, and this is the name for your repository, just as description. This is the path where your database is stored. You have the location, the name of the folder. We have created RHL8 DVD folder. This is the folder name, and this is your again folder name where all your packages are stored. Here all the packages are stored. So it will check this location when we want to install any package. It will check in this particular location. So this is the path of your the database, and type gpg check 0. It means gpg check 0 means it will not check the signature for any package, and we want to enable this particular repository. So type 1 for enable and 0 for disable. 0 for disable and 1 for enable. We when we type 1, it means we should give the path of your certificate. Then you can type 1. When we type 0, it's there is no need to give the path. So this is a another folder. This is a another location. This is the name, and this is the location. This is the another location, because we have two folders in RHL 8 DVD. But in RHL 7, we have only one folder. That is a folder name is packages. So we need only this. Not required this particular concept in RHL 7. I will show you a one demo in RHL 7 also for YUM. And disable GPG check and enable this particular repository. So you have write these lines, then save this particular, then type a command yum repo list all to check your repository is created or not. So you can check when it show me the message enabled status in enable, it means your database is ready. This is your repo ID that I have typed cat. What is the name of the repository? This is your ID. This is your ID. This is your ID name, and this is the another ID name. This is the description. This is a name that I have typed here. You can type anything here. You can type anything here, but this is the same. This path will be same for any, and this is also same, and this is also same. You can change here and here. These two options you can change, but these should be remain same. Now we want to install these packages, and we want to install the packages by using this particular command. Now this will install the HTTP package. Now you can check this package available in this particular location. This is the package. This package is available in which location? This is your repository. This is your database. In this database, this package is available, and this package available in this particular database. This is a package. This package is available in this particular location. So we can give multiple paths, and Yum can access multiple locations at a time, but RPM can't access these utilities at a time, only one location. But RPM support multiple locations at a time, 2, 3, 4, anything. So at this time we only just enter. If we want to install this package, just type -y here. So this package will be installed. So now you check how many dependencies it has. So these are the dependencies. So it will resolve these dependencies. This is my package. We have 9 packages, and these 9 packages will be installed. So by using Yum functionality, we can install multiple packages at a time. We have installed this particular package. So as I told you earlier, first it will install what? Dependencies. So it will install dependencies, this dependency, then this dependencies, then this dependencies. At the end of the dependencies installation, it will install the package. It will install the package. These are the dependencies. After installing these dependencies, it installed the main packages. This is the main package, HTTP2. Okay. So this is the functionality to create a Yum repository database. Then you can install any package by using the Yum. If suppose you want to remove the package, so which command you will use? You can use remove. So now you can remove the packages. So this is the package name, and you want to remove, yes, then type Y to remove the packages. So at a time we can remove and install simultaneously multiple packages at a time. So this is the functionality of Yum. Now be back for the here. So what is Yum? Yum is used to install the packages and designed to work with packages repository. It will resolve the dependencies from where? Multiple source. Source can be one and source can be 2 and more. Okay, automatically. It is also used to install the package, update the package, remove the package, and just get the information about the package and resolve the dependencies automatically. And it has the functionality to get a history of transaction. Suppose we have typed more than one commands, we have typed multiple commands, and we want to repeat the earlier command. We can use the history. From the history we can install or uninstall the packages also. So this is the functionality to create a Yum repository. First we need a DVD of RHEL 8. Then mount this DVD in any location, in any folder. Then copy, you can use the copy command also. Then go to this particular location. This location is used to create the repository database. Then create a file. In this file write these lines. these lines. So you are able to install the package. Now you can use this particular command. If any problem, you can use clean all, then repo list to check, then you can use install command. So this is the process to create a local yum repository database. So if you have any doubt, any problem related to these commands, so you can ask.
No, that's good. It's okay.
Okay. So now we have other commands also. Suppose just like we want to display the install. Suppose we have any package installed or not. We want to check first this package is installed or not. Which command we will use? We can use this particular commands. How many packages is available in my yum repository database? So we can check by using this particular command. This command will display installed and available package in your yum repository database. Suppose we want to install a package. The package name is HTTP. We want to install this. So we can use this particular command. It will show me the message. At this time, what it will display. This is available in your yum repository database. In which location? In AppStream. So we can check this. In which location this particular package is available. So it will show me the message. This is available. This is the name of the package and this is the version. Okay, this is your release and this is the location where this package is available. When we install this package, what type of messages it will show me? When we type star here, suppose if we star here, suppose it has lot of dependencies and we want to check how many dependencies of this particular package. So we will use star. Star means all. So at this time you can see how many packages is available. 17 packages. How many packages? 17 packages. So it install these packages also. Debill, file system, manual, tools, and how many dependencies is it has? These are the dependencies. So total packages are 17. So we can install these all packages at a time by using the yum functionality, by using the yum utility. And we want now we again check this. So now at this time, which message is appear? It appear installed package. It means this package is installed in your OS, in your system. So if the package is installed or not, we can use this particular command. By using this command, we can check. Suppose we want to check the telnet. It will show me this package is installed. We want to check this particular -server. So it will show me the message. This package is available. This package is installed, but this package is not installed. It is available in which location? In this particular location. This is available installed in your system @system. So it will show me the messages. It available in your system. Now we want to install this. We can use install command. So we can use. Then type Y. Then this package will be installed. So by using this particular functionality, we can install the package, and we want to remove the package, we can remove also. So these are the commands to install and remove the packages and list the packages. And what is the another command? This is the command. Suppose you know about the package name of the DNS. Suppose you don't know the package name of the DNS. How I can find what is the name of the package? I know but just only the DNS, just only the web server. We don't know the name of the package. How I can found and how I can search this. So by using this particular command, we can search the name of the package. We can search the name of the package. So how I can search this? Suppose you know about DNS. DNS. You know about DNS. What is DNS?
Yeah, I remember, but I forget about the meaning of DNS.
Okay. And I want to found the package name of the DNS. Suppose I forget what is the name of the package DNS server. I forget. So how I will search? So we can use search command. And when we type all, it will find the all packages related to DNS server. It can be your DNS server, it can be your DHCP server, it can be your Apache server, anything, any keyword you can type here. Suppose you don't need know the package of the telnet, you can type. You don't know the package name of the OpenSSH, you can type. Any keyword type here and you will find the package name of this particular keyword. So this is your keyword and you want to search, you can search. So like this particular way you can find. So these are the functionality that support as a DNS server. This is also used as a DNS functionality. So it is used as a caching only DNS, only for the caching only DNS mask. And this is the package name. This is the package name. What the package name in Linux? It's called bind. In Linux operating system, it's DNS server called the bind name. Berkeley Internet Name Domain. So in Linux, it's called bind. But in Windows, we call this DNS only. DNS means domain name server. It is used to resolve the dependencies of name. It can be your in any website name, it can be your PC name. So it will resolve the name to IP to name. So this is the function of DNS. So we can find, if we don't know the name of the package, so this is the name of the package of DNS server. And this is for the security. If we apply the security, we can apply, this is the database, so we can find all the packages related to this particular functionality. And we want to check another functionality. Suppose we don't know the name of the DHCP, so we can type DHCP here, so it will find this is the client package of the DHCP and this is the which is the server, this is the server, this is the server package. So we can find all the packages related to, when we type here any keyword. Suppose give me any name of any server, just Apache. Apache, we want to find the Apache. Apache means web server. Okay, type here only web server and we want to find the package name of web server. So what is the package name? It's called HTTP. In Linux, it's called Apache. In we can call Apache server, we can call HTTP server, we can call web server. So in Linux, basically known as Apache. So this is the package name. What is the package name? This is my package name. So just like this way we can find any particular package related to any functionality. Suppose we want to find the package name of NTP server. This is used for timing protocol. It's called cronning. When we want to manage the timing, we can use this. So this is the package name of NTP server. Okay, so have you any doubt in this particular? command? Hello. Okay. So we will move to next command. Okay. So now this is the command to check the information about the package. We want to check the detailed information of any package. So what command we will use? Info. Info command we can use. So use info here and type the name of the package. So you can find the detailed information about the packages. So this is the name of your package. This is the version of your package. This is the release of your package. This is the architecture of your package. This is the size. How much size it will gain in your system, take in your system. This is the source, the package name of this repository @ system, where upstream name. And what is Apache? Apache is a powerful, efficient and extensively web server. So Apache is also known as the web server. So this is the description about this. So we move to next command. What is my next command? This. We want to remove the package. I have told you this earlier. And this command. What is the use of provides? Suppose we have a file path, any file path, and we want to check which particular package is provided this particular path. So we want to display the packages about the specified path. This is the path, and we want to check the package's name of this particular path. So we can use this. Suppose we have the HTTP, and we can use the command here. Just provides / where www. Okay, where not type full path. Provides / where www then httpd. So there is no match related to this. This is the command provides. What is the mistake in this? Where www.html. Okay, not httpd, html. This is called html. This is the location. So you can find out. This is your path, and this is the package that provide this particular file path. And when we type here /etc httpd, and we have a file path name is /etc httpd in this conf.d. This is the configuration file. This is the configuration file of httpd, and I want to check the package name of this particular. So we use yum here and provides. So this is my file path. This file path is provided by which package? This is your package. This package provide this particular file path. So we can check the package name of this particular path, this particular specified path. We can check by using this particular utility. Okay. So now move to another command, that is we can use remove also to remove the packages. Suppose if you want to update any package by using the internet functionality, so which command you will use? You will use update. So this is the command to update the package. So you can use update command and httpd. This is the command. and you want to update this package, but at this time we have no latest package related to this. So what it will show me, dependencies resolved, nothing to do and complete. If you have the updated package of this particular package, then this package will be updated. And you want to update all the packages. So which command you will use? Only just update. It will update all the commands. You can type star also here. So it will update all your packages. But at this time we have no updated version of any package. So it's not installed. Okay. So now you can use for all the packages, and it's for the specified package. Type any package name, the package will be updated. But you should have the updated version in the location of yum repository, then it will update. And this is the command to list the package, and this is the functionality to install the package in a group also. This command is used to install the packages in a group. If we want to install any package in a group, so we can install also in a group like this way. Hello. So have you any doubt related to
No.
commands? So these
No.
commands I have discussed you. These commands work individually. Suppose if we want to install any command in a group, so this is the command to check to install any package in a group. This is a group command, group list. So this is the predefined list of groups. These are the predefined group list. We want to install any package from this particular group list. We can also install. Suppose we want to install the virtualization functionality, we can install this particular functionality. So we can use these are the predefined groups. Environmental group, this is your environmental group, this is your installed. This functionality is installed, and this is also installed group, and these are the available. So we can install any. Suppose we want to install RPM tool, we can install RPM tool, development tool, graphical tool. So these are the tools, packages that available in a group. So we can install these. Suppose just we want to install this particular package. So what I will do, we can use group install command, group install. So we can type 2 times steps. These all the commands supported by the group. We can use group list command, we can use group install command, we can use group remove command, we can use individually group install, group list, group provides. So these all functionality supported by this particular command also. And we want to use this particular command, install, and which particular group we want to install. Type the group name is a single quote, not individually. So we type this particular group name, and we want to install. Suppose we type this without single quote, what error it will display? So it thinks this is another package, this is another package, this is another package. So these are individual packages. It thinks, so it will show me the message. So this message show me there is no package available rated. And when we type single quote here, it just work as a single, not individual. It will show me this individual. This is a full group name. So type your group name in single quote, not. So we can install these. So now you can check how many packages is available in this particular group. There are 20 packages, 22. And how much space it will take? It will take 26 MB. When we type yes, it will install. When we type no, it will not install. So these are the packages name, and these are the dependencies. So we can install. When we type yes, this package will be installed. So this is the functionality to install the package in a group. So we can use mostly the individual functionality, but the group functionality is also available in Yum. So we can install all the dependencies, all the packages at the time by using the group functionality. So there are a lot of groups predefined. So we can use these functionalities also. So this is the functionality just like a RPM tool. We have used this. We can use history command. By using the history command, we can install, remove any packages. But we use here which command? Undo command. Just like this way. Yum history. This is the command. This show me I have typed this command first, then this command, then this. It will show me the ID of the commands. Suppose we want to remove the package. We want to remove this particular package. So we can use this particular, suppose. And in this, we use the last command, this. We have removed this particular package, but we want to install this. It will do the undo function. If we have it here remove, it will install. If we have install here, it will remove the package, just like that. History undo. What you want? Undo function. And which the ID name is 6. So here this package will be removed. When we type 6 and undo, this package will be installed from the history, just like this. So what is the functionality? It is installing the packages. It is installing the packages. So undo means reverse function of the this particular. It will perform the reverse functionality. So we can install this like this particular way. Suppose again type this particular command, and what is the last command? This is my last command, and the ID of this command is 8. So at this time we do the function of undo. It means install function. So when we perform 8 here, 8, it will use the reverse functionality. Just like install, it will do the remove functionality. So we can remove the packages. So by using this particular functionality, we can perform the reverse function. What is the means of undo? Reverse functionality. So we can use. So at this time you can check remove, because we have installed this package. Now by using this particular history command, we can remove the package. We can remove the package also. When we type yes, the package will be removed. So now you can check. At this time we have no package of Telnet server. You can check. So it will show the available package. So this is the functionality of history. If we have any doubt in these commands, please tell me. Any doubt in these?
Not so, it's clear.
Okay. So this is the functionality of Yum. So we can use like this. We can have another one command also here, module. We can install the package in a module functionality, in a module way. There are a lot of modules available in this particular RHEL DVD. We can use this functionality also. This is the last command. So I will show you this last command. When we type here module, how many commands supported by the module? Module list. So these are the predefined modules. These are the predefined modules. Suppose you want to install the MySQL database. So MySQL database will also available in a module functionality. And you want to install the MariaDB package, you can install MariaDB also. And you want to install container functionality, you can install container functionality by using the by using module. Basically, module are used to just like as a drivers. This is IDM, and this is the Perl. This is Perl, Python, all types of languages also available. This is the Python language. We want to install the Python package. We can install also. Postgre package we can install. So I will show you one demo. This is what? This is a web delivery package, Squid. This is mostly used in, this is a awareness, this is a word. We can install any like this. Module install. This is the command. And how many commands in this? We can type 2 times tab. So these are all the commands supported by the module. Just like group, it support all of these commands. Suppose we want to install, we can install. We want to provide, we can use remove. All functionality it will support by using this particular module function. Module install. And which package we want to install? Suppose we want to install MySQL database. So we can install this particular way. So it has how many packages? It has 7 packages available. So these 7 packages will be installed in your system. So we can install. So like this particular way, we can also install the packages. So there are 3 functionality. There is a individual command, install command, also command with the group, and it is also command at the modules. So these are the functionality supported by the yum server, local yum repository. So it will install server package also. This is the client package. This is the client package. This one is the client. So it will install the MySQL database in my Linux machine. So like this particular way, we install any packages. Suppose we want to install any other package also, I will check you. We want to install a Python version of Python. This is the language for programming language. We want to install this particular package. So it will take for some time. So I will wait. So it will already defined. So this package will be installed now. You can check these, all the packages will be installed. Now we can install this particular package. Which package? We want to install this package. So type the name of the package. Then this package also installed, will be installed. This is only one package. Then type Y. This package will be completed. So like this particular way we can use. So we have the functionality yum install, then name of the package httpd. We have another functionality yum install, but by using the group also. Then give the name of the group here. Type the name of the group. We can use also. And we have another functionality yum module, then give name of the module name. So these are the functionality supported by the yum. So if we have any doubt regarding these, so please tell me. So we use these all the commands from here, from this particular commands, from this yum command, remove command, list command, install command, search command. We have lot of commands: search, info, provides, update, and we have all the group functionality also. This is the group functionality, and this is the history functionality, and this is the module functionality. So if you have any doubt regarding these, you can ask. Hello.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, okay. So this yum has been completed.
Yeah.
So in next class, I will discuss about the next chapter. So this chapter will be complete. This is the last one.
Okay.
Okay. So in
Yeah.
next class, what I will discuss, I will tell you. So what is the topic of my next command? This. I will start this particular chapter. It's a chapter 30.
Yeah.
What is the name of this
Yeah.
particular chapter? The chapter name is archiving and transferring
Yeah.
files. So
Yeah.
now we discuss about how to transfer files from one machine to another machine. So this is my next class topic. On which particular date? On
Tomorrow.
25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow it's Friday. Yeah.
So this is my next command topic. So I will.
Yeah.
So okay. So I
Yes.
have
Yes.
start this in a next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I have
Thank
end the session.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So install this. Install your Linux machine.
Yeah.
Then tell me you have installed or not. So I will
Okay.
check.
Okay, sir.
Have you laptop or not?
I have laptop, but I'm not
Okay,
at
okay,
my
okay.
place. I didn't install it.
Okay, okay, okay. So
So
install this.
yeah, send me also the record, please. Sir.
Okay, okay. No issue.
Okay. Thank you.